Hello and welcome back to the Adrian Project. A long time ago, in a distant fairy tale countryside, a young girl leads her little brother into a dark wood in desperate search of food and work, only to stumble upon a nexus of terrifying evil. Hello. Many thanks for choosing to click on my thumbnail and watch my content. Very much appreciated. Okay, so it's just a couple of days left before we get to Halloween. So what better time than to do a plain talking review of 2020's Gretel and Hansel, not to be confused with the film Hansel and Gretel that came out a few years ago. By the way, if you haven't seen this film, truly awesome. I think it's fantastic and I can highly recommend it. Okay, so what we've got here is another retelling of the classic Hansel and Gretel story, and if you don't know that story, then you're obviously too young and you shouldn't be watching my video right now, so off you go. Okay, so like I say, it's a modern retelling. It's a lot darker, a lot grittier, and a lot more based in realism, I thought, than previous films of the same story have done it. They've always seemed to be the classic fairy tale way of telling it. This is a more darker and grittier way of telling the story, and darker in more ways than one, because a lot of this film is filmed like sepia tones. We're talking browns, dark browns, a lot of black, what flickers of colour there are in it. They stand out just for the fact of the surroundings, and it makes truly an awesome, really creepy atmosphere to this film. It stars Sophis Lillis. You may remember she played Beverly Marsh in the current It remakes. She does a superb job as Gretel, and opposite her is Alice Krige, who plays the witch, and you wouldn't recognise her under all the makeup. They've done an absolutely awesome job there. I say this film is built on tension and atmosphere. There are a couple of slight jump scares. Gore is at a minimum. It's not a gory film at all, and I say it all based around atmosphere, and that's where it gets you, because of how it's filmed. It feels like the room is closing in around you. If you watch this with the lights off, it'll be an absolutely awesome way to watch it, because you'll feel as claustrophobic as the two children do. The one thing about this film is it's not very long. I think you'll be, by the time you've finished your first bar of chocolate and you've thrown the wrapper away, the film will have finished. It's the run time is about an hour 15, if that. It's not a long film at all. It is a bit of a slow burner, which, given the time, the length of the film, you may feel that it needs to move along a bit, but no, you just take that out of your mind, because it's just building the tension up even more, and I think it's fantastic how they've done that. As I say, they've stuck to the story as much as possible, but they have given their own little twist on it. Because the film is just so short, I really don't want to go too much into the plot, because I'll be giving away little spoilers and details. I don't want to spoil your pleasure. I don't want to give all the game away. But if you're a fan of the film The Witch that came out, 2-3 years ago, if you love that film, you're going to absolutely love this one as well. Me and Claire love both films. We think this is truly awesome. But like I say, I would have loved it to have been a little bit longer, an extra, even if it had been an extra 15 minutes to make it an hour and a half. But there we go, we can't have everything. I went and bought this on Monday. I paid £10 for it. Now, if you can watch this on your streaming services, whatever streaming service you use, I'd watch it on that and wait for the price to come down on the DVD. I feel that £10, which I paid for it because we didn't know how long the film was, bit of a kick really, because you can go out and buy new releases that's 2.5 hours long and spend the same money on it. Because as well, the extras, you get like a storybook animation of the film that you've just watched. We started watching it, didn't watch it all, so I can't really say how long the animation on it is. Anything like that is usually, I don't know, 15 minutes, something like that, isn't it? I'm not sure, don't take my word for that. It's very well done, how they've done the animation, and it's like you're reading a storybook and you've got the text at the bottom. But as for other extras, there's no behind the scenes, there's no making of, there's no interviews, there's no blooper reel, there's no commentary, anything like that. So rather than going out and pay full price like I did, I'll do you this service and say, wait till the price comes down. Unless you absolutely truly want to go out and get it right now, then obviously you can. But I think when they bring it down to say £5, £6, £7, that's more along the lines of what I would have sooner paid for this. But there we go, if I'd have gone out and got it the other day, I couldn't be doing the review now. So as I say, I don't want to be giving anything away in the story because the film's relatively short, so I'm not going to give anything away other than to say it's fantastically acted. The cinematography even in it is awesome. How they filmed it, all the dark sepia tones. It's fantastic. The only letdown for me really was the length of the film, but there you go. So with all that in mind, I will give Gretel and Hansel 4 Evil Ednas. And that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed that one. Please remember, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to my channel. It'd be very much appreciated. And also don't forget to ring that little notification bell. Also, if you've got Facebook, you can follow me at Adrian Bauer Project. And if you've got a Twitter account, you can follow me at Project Bauer. So, with all that in mind, I'd like to thank you all again for watching, and it's to see you all again on the next episode of the Adrian Bauer Project.